Israel Keys' story is one that chills the bones. This tale begins like many others, unassuming and cloaked in normalcy, but unravels into unimaginable horror. Let's dive into the true story laden with mystery and terror, unraveling the twisted life of a man who led a double life. Israel Keys was born in Cove, Utah, a remote area where he was raised in a survivalist family. From a young age, he learned skills that would later serve him not for adventure, but for sinister purposes. As Keys grew, so did his interest in the macabre. His outward appearances portrayed a committed entrepreneur, a father, and a regular guy. Yet his mind was something entirely different, a predator lurking in the shadows. Keys meticulously planned his crimes, showcasing an alarming level of foresight and patience. He often traveled far from his home in Anchorage, Alaska, burying kill kits throughout the country. These kits included weapons, cash, and tools for concealing a body, chilling evidence of plans set in motion long before he had even chosen his victims. One of Keys' most haunting crimes was the abduction and murder of Samantha Koenig in 2012. He took her from the coffee stand where she worked, and despite being caught on surveillance, he maintained a facade that kept him hidden from view. His methods were methodical. He held Samantha for days after taking her life. In a twisted attempt to deceive her family, he staged a ransom demand, using her cell phone to send messages as if she were still alive. Keys' philosophy about his crimes was even more disturbing. He wasn't driven by a pattern or a specific victim profile, making him particularly hard to capture. His victims were chosen at random, a terrifying prospect for investigators because there were no predictable patterns to follow. He traveled widely, committing murders and then disappearing without a trace. His knowledge of various landscapes, urban, suburban, and wilderness, allowed him to slip through any net law enforcement tried to cast. His downfall came after the murder of Samantha Koenig. When making a crucial mistake using Samantha's ATM card, he ended up being captured by authorities in Texas, far from the crime scene. But even after his arrest, Keys maintained control, revealing details of his crimes on his own terms. He spoke to investigators in a chillingly calm manner about his numerous undisclosed victims across the U.S., stating he would disclose more only if his conditions were met. Keys' reign of terror ended in December 2012, but not in the way law enforcement had hoped. He took his own life in his jail cell, leaving behind more questions than answers. His suicide left many of his secrets tightly sealed. Names, numbers, places, all hidden within the mind of a man who thrived on secrecy. Israel Keys remains an enigmatic figure in criminal history, a stark reminder of the monsters that sometimes dwell among us in plain sight, going about their lives until they are driven to strike, leaving behind a wake of fear and unanswered questions.